Now for the really personal stuff. I'm gonna fill you guys in on my dreams. You need your photos, you'll need some tape, and you'll need some scissors. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My husband is giving the kids baths and he's allowing me this time to make my dream board and to not only make my 2020 dream board, but to make it with you guys. I'm excited to walk you through how you can make your own and just the incredible importance of visualizing your goals. But before we dive in and I show you exactly how to build your own dream board, let's take a quick look at 2019 and all the dreams that got accomplished because of my dream board.
This is my YouTube channel, 50,000 subscribers. I want to be stylish and fit while I am pregnant. I want this year to have a lot to do with family. I just really am praying and hoping for another healthy little baby. I do want to earn an incentive trip to Maui.
And we are getting ready to fly to Hawaii.
We need to buy a van. I did make it white on purpose because I love white cars and Elisha thinks they look cheap. Another really big goal that I have for 2019 is to launch our podcast. I do want them to match more this year and just have really cute outfits. And I want to memorize the book of James this year. I really do want to simplify our closets and make them more minimal and pristine. I do want to have a beautiful, restful bedroom. I want to be a mommy that wears more dresses. I love the concept of actually decorating a children's room this year. I want an organized pantry. I want to write a book. I wrote a book! Books!
Isn't that incredible? Like, my mind is blown when I look back and I see all the different things that seem so far-fetched. And on top of that, we had to move in a job change to another state that I didn't even know was gonna happen. And so it's just so cool to see how the Lord works. So the first step to building a dream board is coming up with actually what you wanna do. What are your dreams? What are your goals? And sometimes it could be kind of hard to dream. It can be daunting, especially at the end of the year when like so much is going on. And I wanna encourage you to not just do this in December before January. If you need to, do it in March. My very first dream board ever, I think I did in May, actually. So do it whenever you have the space to dream. And I want to suggest to you guys real quick a tool that I think you are going to find so helpful. Some of your dreams you're going to feel like, oh, I'm just going uphill. It's an uphill battle and I just don't have the willpower to complete all the things that are on my dream board. And what makes a key difference in succeeding in having a dream being fulfilled or in letting it fall by the wayside, doing it for a week, having it be really hard and never picking it up again, is your work energy. I sped through this book all about figuring out your work energy. I literally read it in one day. I couldn't stop turning the pages. Jim is a phenomenal author and he talks about how he went from working at a dollar store to being a millionaire blogger. He sent me this little video to explain the book to me before I actually got the book. And I was like, that is so good. You guys need to hear it. So I'm gonna insert this clip from his video here. And I think that this book is a must read in 2020. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. It's a page turner. It has incredible thoughts in it that are gonna transform how you focus on your goals. And like, it's entertaining, inspiring, and educational. I don't know what else I could say about it. But if you're a book reader, get this book. I will put a link in my description box, and I just want to thank Jim so much for encouraging me to share it with you guys.
Hey everybody, I'm Jim Harmer, the author of Work Energy, Finish What You Start and Fearlessly Take On Any Goal. When I was 15, I made a bucket list of 50 things I want to do in life. And now I only have 17 things left on that list. But one of the goals was probably the most daunting goal that I have ever had to take on. I was working at the dollar store and I had a wife and a baby and we had nothing. Our car died, we were living in a hotel, and I realized right then that that was a goal that I was not going to leave on my list. Somehow I had to reach financial independence. So while I was at the dollar store, I started listening to podcasts about how I could start my own online business. And I did. And now I have a thriving business and have been able to accomplish some cool things. In fact, 72 million people have been to my blogs over the last few years. In Work Energy, I share the one thing that I learned that helped me to break through and then start to really knock things off my list and become the kind of person that I wanted to become. I share the Work Energy formula. It's the unique mechanism that your mind has developed to get things done. It's what motivates you. And by harnessing it and discovering it, it's incredible what you can accomplish. But you also have to recognize the barricades in your way, some of the mental blocks and other problems that we have when we're trying to make progress toward a goal. That's what you'll find in the book, Work Energy. Check it out. You'll read a lot of stories. I tried to include some anecdotes and things to keep it interesting, but really the story is about you and the goals that you're going to achieve.
So without further ado, check out the link in my description box. Thank you, Jim, so much for writing this book. I think it is so helpful. And to you guys who just watched that, I really hope that you actually read the book. Kind of an old school method of dream boarding is going out, finding magazines, cutting clippings from magazines, and creating kind of your ideal year. And the whole concept behind this is that when you actually see pictures and you visualize what your brain wants and what you actually want, it allows you to, a lot of people say like manifest that into your life, but I just think when you focus on something, then you actually get it done. I took screenshots of them on my computer, then I just dropped them onto papers in a Word document and printed them off. And I will show you guys how specific I got in these papers in a minute. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and cut each one of these out. I just used a dry erase marker here. You could use whatever you want. This is just a whiteboard, and I liked it because it was like so firm and sturdy, and it was something that I had on hand. But obviously you do not need a whiteboard. Like a piece of post paper will totally work. And then you need your photos. You'll need some tape, and you'll need some scissors, because I already showed you guys you need to cut out your pictures. I love how nowadays you can Google. I use Google Images, I use Pinterest, Instagram, and I just searched exactly what was on my list of dreams. So I kind of wrote down a list of what I wanted to do, and then I found pictures to go with each one of those things. And you're gonna see here that I used canva.com to go through and actually edit in the exact numbers or the exact name. I'll show you, it'll make more sense. It's a lot easier to picture it when it looks exactly like how you want it to happen. For instance, this is a great example. I basically took a screenshot of my Instagram, put a little white clip over how many followers I currently have, and typed in 10,000 followers. Okay, so now for the really personal stuff. I'm gonna fill you guys in on my dreams, and you can get kind of like an update of what's gonna happen this year, hopefully, Lord willing. So the first thing I'm putting on my dream board is this picture of moving the needle towards profit. This year I have put out a ton of free content, and I am ready to start monetizing certain things. I am so excited about the ideas I have. I have always loved this quote: "You are what you repeatedly do." Success is therefore not an act, but a habit. I think I just butchered that quote. So I'm gonna put that on there. 2020 is also going to be a year that's kind of more fitness focused for me, and I really love classic dresses, classic skirts, things like that, but they tend to focus on your waist area, which having 3 kids in 3 years makes that a hard area to get flat again. So instead of posting a photo of someone with a six packs really don't motivate me, but high-waisted skirts do. So I'm gonna put that on there for kind of like my fitness corner over there. And then I would love to run a 21-minute 5K again. So like I was saying, I just got this picture off someone's blog, and then I didn't Photoshop. On Canva, I dropped in 21-minute 5K, those words, and that is going to motivate me this year. And finally, to complete my little fitness corner, I found this girl off Instagram, and I do want to do more squats this year and kind of grow my glutamus maximus, and she looks like she had great results there. So I'm going to add her up there to my little fitness corner. So abs, glutes, cardio are all represented. I have always wanted to go to New York, and this year I think Elisha and I are gonna go there for our anniversary. So I have this landscape of New York, the skyline, I guess. And I've also had on my list of things to do have Broadway. I have always wanted to go to a Broadway musical. Last year I wanted to memorize James, and I made it through the first 3 chapters. I did not get the last 2, which is a bummer, but I am grateful that I memorized 3 chapters. This year I put this journal with this like really fine print. A subscriber sent me this journal. It's called the Growth Book, and I think their website is Growth Roots. I will try to link it down below, but I want to turn this journal right here into my prayer journal, and my goal is to fill it up. Something this year that I want to do is have a lot more quantity time with the Lord. And to me, if I can fill up a journal where I am writing out my prayers and writing out what the Lord's teaching me, that is going to be an indicator to me that I have put time and effort to the thing that I prioritize most. This is a little graphic that I made on Canva, and this is something I want to launch in 2020, and it's Now That I'm a Mother business. And I want to create a course on how to teach women to turn their passions into a business in just 1 hour a day. Because that's something I've done multiple times over on YouTube, through network marketing, through courses, through product. I'm really excited to help women achieve the same amount of success, to be able to stay at home and to be able to give their husband flexibility in their careers that I've been able to have. Growing up, I always wanted to have a school for girls, and now that has kind of shifted. I don't want to do an in-person school because I want to be a mother first and foremost, but I think it would be really cool to have a school online. This year we started a podcast, but I would love to have 10,000 downloads at the end of 2020. Right now we're about half that much monthly. I found this little image on Google. It was like someone's .com extension over here, but I just put downloads instead on Canva. I do want to have an organized home, so I put this picture of a drawer, and this also just represents how I want our home to look. I love the green, I love the gold, I love how it's modern, light, and bright. I don't have anything specific that I want to look this way, but I want this to represent the vibe of our home. I really want my marriage to grow this year, so I was trying to think of an image or something practical that could help me grow in that. And I came up with this little image. I got a leather book off of Google Images, and I've put on there the book of Elisha. I've talked to you guys about this before on Instagram, but basically I have a journal where I have started writing down things about my husband, and this year I want to be consistent in doing it at least weekly, writing down something that my husband loved or my husband didn't love in that journal. And just like my prayer journal, it will be really clear if I have learned more about my husband or if I haven't by how much I document in this little book. This is the photo that represents who I want to be the most as a mother. This is a picture of me and my kiddos. I feel like I have one every year. This is the one from 2019 that I just really loved, representing who I was as a mom, just the joy and the energy that I want to have with my children. I am at that stage where I am either going to grow out my hair or cut it off. I have these extensions that I'm probably going to put in my hair this year because they just keep beating around my house. So I want to get more creative with my hair. If I'm going to have long hair, I want to be creative with it. Health-wise, The two things I really want to avoid this year are sugar and oil. So I want to make my own bread with honey and oil, and I want to just have more fresh food in our diet. This is a dream board, it's not a goal board, so it doesn't have to be like specific and measurable. These photos will just remind me when I get off track that this is my ideal. This little quote says, I think this is a blog post that someone wrote and shared on Pinterest, but it says, learn to focus on money-making tasks for your business. So just going along with that profit thing, I don't want to get caught up in doing all the stuff that requires all my time and all my energy because it's popular or because people think it's a good idea. I really want to focus on the money-making tasks of my business because I want to be a mom and a wife first and foremost, and other things take time. So if they aren't money-making activities, I don't want to do them this year. Here I did, like I said, put in that little 10,000 followers. I know I'm going to hit it this year and I'm excited about that. This is kind of a vanity metric, and last year I was very involved in growing my vanity metrics because I thought that would grow my business, and it did. But that said, this year I am not really focused on followers. I am focused on engagement and how connected I am with you guys, not how many of you there are. So hopefully I'm going to connect with a lot of you, but I did want to put this on my dream board because when it is achieved, it's gonna feel pretty good. I love this quote so much. Learn to say no to the good so you can say yes to the best. I want to say no to so many things so I could focus on what really matters to me, and that is my family. I really want to do our Maui trip this year, so oops, that's upside down. I got another little tropical beach scene. We did end up going this year, but last year, all I wanted to do was qualify for the trip. I was not actually passionate about my business. I just wanted to qualify, and we qualified, which was awesome. But this year, I want to do so much more than just qualify. I think especially since connecting with moms on here and seeing all the confidence struggles and just struggles women have mentally and the way that they want to serve and love their families, but they just feel so held back by their bodies and by their minds. I really do this year want to use Neolife as a vehicle to help people and help women get themselves back and feel incredible and be able to pour all that energy into their kids and their family and what they're passionate about. The trip is awesome and everything, but it doesn't really compare, honestly, to helping people, and I haven't felt that for a really long time, so it just feels really cool. So here is my third dream board, my 2020 dream board. I cannot tell you guys how fun it is to see this year's goals laid out on paper. And obviously the Bible says that a man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. And I am so confident that so many things are gonna happen this year that I did not plan for, that I was not ready for, that totally threw me off guard. But it is so helpful to just have some kind of vision and goal and idea of what I want in the future for this year, so that when things do get a little blurry, I can look back and say, oh yeah, I remember I wanted that thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. If it was, give it a thumbs up. If it wasn't, give me a thumbs down. It's helpful for me to know. And please go check out Jim's book. I promise you, you will love it. You will learn something from it. You will learn something about yourself, and you will be highly entertained by his witty stories and hilarious humor. It reminds me so much of my husband's humor, and I just love it. There will be a link in my description box to his book about finding out what your work energy is, and you guys will find that every dream you go for will be so much easier once you know your work energy. I knew mine before reading this book, but after reading this book, I have such a better idea on how to apply it, and I'm just feeling super inspired and motivated. So thank you so much, Jim, for reaching out and letting all of us know about your book. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Have a wonderful new year, and I will see you in 2020. Bye.